Hey guys.
I don't see you, but I don't know why.
Because you're behind me though. Just
Oh,
it takes a minute.
okay.
Hey gang, how's everybody doing? Let's see who all's here. Let's see.
First thing you might want to do is tell Eve a happy birthday for tomorrow. He's going to be 16.
16. Here we go. I'm just getting my monitor up so I can see the chat.
First thing you might want to do is tell Eve a happy birthday for tomorrow. He's going to be 16.
Okay. Now I can see everybody. Let's see. Who all's here? I see you're here, Mrs. Hi,
I'm
Carl
here.
H. How you doing, Simon? There's Marky D. What's up, buddy?
There's Batman.
I see Carl H. Eeb. Happy birthday, Eeb. I heard it was your birthday today. Is it today or tomorrow? Today.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? It's tomorrow. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday. There's Swanjan. Swanjan, I got you something mailed off today. Happy birthday. Of course, it'll take about a month for it to get there. All right. Hey, Batman's here. Hey, Batman, how you doing? I hope you're doing good.
We won't be streaming tomorrow
No, we will
for
not be
Eve's
streaming
birthday,
tomorrow.
so I want to say, Eve, happy birthday, honey. I hope you have a great one.
So, I guess today we're going to make a modification to the Lil Pecker I built, and I got to say I've used it quite a bit. You can see I've already, where's the camera? It's got a few love tap marks on it. So I've used it way more than I thought I would, surprisingly. But now that I have it, I don't know what to do without it. But I think it was Mark that either asked me to do this or commented about it. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong because I can't remember. But the concern was that the handle would come loose. You know what? Let me turn this down. The concern was that the handle would come loose from the hammerhead. So the ones that I built in the past, it was never an issue because this bolt was so tight up against the, whenever it's together like that. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go over to the mill machine, and I'm going to take a 1/4 inch end mill. I'm going to use this 1/4 inch end mill, and in this recess, this pocket where the handle goes, I'm going to make a 1/4 inch slot across this this entirety right here. And then I'm going to take on the hammer handle and I'm going to cut on each side and remove material and make that same block so that you have a male-female connection in the hammer and it won't spin, it'll lock in place. Now, a couple of things about doing that. So the end mill is round whenever it cuts, circular pattern. Okay, so it'll be a long slot with rounded edges. The problem with that, whenever I cut this portion of the slot, this radius right here doesn't match the radius on the end mill. So what I will have to do, because it will leave more of a square finish, I'll have to come back in with a file and round those corners off just a little bit. So that'll fix that issue. The other issue I'm going to have is because this handle is tapered 1.5 degrees, and then it's got a shoulder that goes inside the hammer head. I don't know if you guys can see that. So what I'm gonna have to do is increase the distance of this shoulder the same amount that I do the notches for. So if I make this extrude 100 thousandths per se, I'm gonna have to push this this edge back 100 thousandths, and then I'm gonna have to recut this taper. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough travel on my cross slide to do that, but if I don't, I can afford to machine this down just a little bit to make it all work. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna take a look at the stream right quick and see who all's here that I've missed.
First of all, Marky D says to super glue it.
Super glue it, okay. Okay.
And yeah, you have several people that have come in since you've been talking.
Okay, let me back up and see who's came in. Let's see, where'd I leave off? I'm gonna scroll up as high as I can.
Lanny, Jimmy Riddle Show, Tony Dennison, Batman.
Yeah, I said hi to Batman. I think that's where I left off a while ago.
Okay.
So I'll pick up from there. I see the Lamb made it. Hey, Lammy, good to see you, buddy. Got something for you. My attire for the night. You know I love that stuff, right? Yep.
Lanny, quality attire.
It is. It is
Sure.
one of my favorite shirts. It really is. I don't know what material this is, but it's ultra soft. It really is. Hey, the Jimmy Riddle Show. Hey, Katrina, Row Tide. Glad you guys are here.
Swanson was noticing your flag in the background and making some funny comments there.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys take notice of the new flag? There you go. That's my new flag. I think what I'm going to do, a lot of you guys have sent me flags from your home country or Providence or Village or whatever. I know I've got one from Swanson. I've got one from Lammy. I've got one from Katrina.
Somebody sent
Um,
the British flag.
I think Katrina sent that.
Okay.
Yeah, Katrina sent me a British flag, and I have a very small Australian flag that Nadina Ann sent me a while back. So I thought it'd be cool, just kind of rotate my flags out, you know, and I don't know, I just thought it was pretty cool. So if you want to see your flag hanging on the wall back here for one of my live streams, send me a flag and I'll hang it up.
Kat says, let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. Yeah. You know, I wasn't real sure how a lot of people would take that. Honestly, I don't care. That's my opinion. Everybody's open to their own opinion. But, hey, that's just the way I feel, and I can express that just as freely as anybody who feels opposite can. So, but anyway.
Carl says, is that some new vacuum?
New vacuum, new vacuum. Behind me, Carl? Where? I have my trash can has moved. You may be seeing that. I don't know. Anyway, a few other things that I kind of wanted to do today that I may or may not do depending on the time. Toga Selected reached out to me, I think it might have been last week or the week before, and he's into aviation as well. A lot of you guys may or may not know that, but anyway, he's studying to be a airplane pilot, and he asked me if I would consider doing something, you know, aviation related, and mentioned the way that we buck rivets. You know, we don't really use pop rivets like this. That's a standard pop rivet, 1/4 inch standard pop rivet. The rivets that we use in aviation are more suited to this. You can see that. And I laid out a couple of tools out here. If I have time, I may go over that. I even set up a little rivet jig. But I may talk about that a little bit, and I may go through some of the formulas. I don't know yet. But we'll see how it goes. I'm just seeing Carl H. Biden vacuum.
Because it sucks. Get it?
Oh, yeah, I get it now, duh. I'm a little slow today, man. I just got off work. Yeah, Biden does suck. Yeah. not as good as.
We'd love to see some aviation stuff.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll try to knock out this hammer handle, and then and we may talk about doing a little bit of sheet metal work and how we get the spacing and distance between rivets and all of that. I'll keep it simple. I'm not going to go into it like I did the gear cutting formulas and all that. That was a little bit deep, but yeah, if I have time, I will. One other thing that I kind of wanted to build, but like I said, there's several things going on tonight. It's raining out, number one, and it's very loud in here. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but when the rain hits the tin roof of my shop, it's pretty loud. So we'll do as much as we can. But another little project that I'm going to do in the future is this little tool right here. I was talking to Carl H. about this tool the other day. And what this is a little attachment for we call this a fishtail. And what we use it for, when we're working, cutting threads on the lathe, you have a piece of metal sticking out of the lathe, and if we want to cut threads on this, we have to line up the tool perfectly on here, like this. And that squares it up to the lathe, and then we bring our tool in that's 60 degrees, and we put it in that little V right there. And that's how we square the tool to the material. So that when you cut threads on it, on the lathe, they don't bunch up on you, and you get the right spacing and the right pitch. And but anyway, that may be a project for another day. But I got this idea from Mr. Pete 222. He's got an awesome show. If you're into this kind of stuff, you know, and want to learn stuff, he's done it forever. He used to be a teacher, used to be a machinist instructor, and he really goes into detail, you know, and not just this stuff, but other things around the house that he works on. He's a pretty cool dude. I like him. And there's another guy, the Shed Dweller. If you guys are into this sort of business, you know, the Shed Dweller. He's actually in he's in the UK, and I think he's southwest of London. I can't remember. But anyway, those are a couple of guys that I just thought I'd mention. I'm eating fried chicken. Lamb says he's eating fried chicken, so trying not to get a greasy iPad.
That's Batman.
Or Batman said that. Man, I need glasses. Oh, by the way, is it next week or the week after?
What, baby?
For my eyes.
No, that's in April. April the 22nd is your surgery.
Oh, hell, I'm a month off.
Is that what you're asking
Yes,
me?
it's
Okay.
April, not March.
It is April 22nd.
All right. Disregard. I'm having eye surgery next month. I don't know why, but I was thinking it was this next week or two.
I'll verify that when we go in the house. But
I am going to take probably at least a week, maybe two, off the live stream to let my eyes heal back up. So anyway, I look forward to that. Yeah, right. What's going on in the chat?
everybody just saying hi.
Speed tape, no speed tape limit. Well, actually, no, that's not true. In the helicopter world, when we're, deployed or getting shot at or whatever, if we start taking bullets to the main rotor, the main rotor blade that spins around, big fan on top, in a pinch, when you got to get out and get away from the enemy or whatever, we have been known to take, we call it 100-mile-an-hour tape, we call it duct tape. We have taped the blades around the blades, literally, to hold them together so we can get the hell out of there. But we normally wouldn't do that. But hey, desperate times for desperate measures,
Mark Dennison saying something.
My piano teacher won't be happy, says Mark Dennison.
Yeah.
Why will she not be happy?
I'm assuming because you're gonna have a couple weeks where you can't see.
Yeah, I talked to her about. Yeah, that's kind of a sore subject, but yeah, we'll get through it. I got to do what I got to do. It's getting to where I'm having a hard time seeing, certain things at certain angles. And if you see me look up or look across, it's because my eyelids over the years have started drooping, and my left eye droops in my field of sight. So it's gotten to the point that I'm having a hard time passing the eye exam because I have to move my eyelid so that I can see the numbers and the letters. So it's time, and my eye doctor told me this time, he said, this is it, man. I can't sign you off on this. You've got to get this fixed. So yeah, we'll get it fixed, go from there. it'll be nice to see. But the crazy thing about that, they don't put you out to do that. You're awake. They give you something called twilight. I guess it's like drinking a bottle of whiskey or something. I don't know. But the way it was explained to me, you really don't care. And it doesn't hurt. They numb everything up. So I just thought that was weird. You're awake and somebody's pulling on your eyelids and cutting. And I don't know. It just sounds odd. You know? Strange. Anyway.
Toughen up, Captain, you can do it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to, I guess. But
Carl, Batman, and Swanson are all saying good wishes on the surgery stuff.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And just for laughs, I may actually come on and just talk in a live stream because they say I'll look like a raccoon. Because after they cut my eyes, for whatever reason, they blacken all around your eyes. I guess it's like getting punched in an eye or something. I don't know. But I don't know. That'd be kind of funny. But anyway. All right, gang. I'm going to step away for just a second, get everything set up over on the mill machine to do this project. I think we'll go ahead and do the hammerhead first because I have to, I've got to raise the mill anyway, and I'm closer to being able to do that than I am to doing the handle. And yes, today we will be using the dividing head, the little gearbox we used to cut the gears, and we'll get this knocked out. So I'll bring you guys along here in just a minute.
While you're doing that,
Yes, talk to me.
Kat thinks that I should film the procedure. She said, oh God, please try and film the procedure if it's just seeing Captain getting jabbed up.
Katrina, we may need to talk. You're worrying me.
She's got a twisted sense of humor like I do.
Yes.
And Marky D says, yeah, film the operation. I want to hear the Homer Simpson scream.
Oh, it'll definitely be screaming. I'll be crying.
Yeah.
I don't do good with pain. Pain hurts.
You'll be all right, baby.
Yeah.
Lammy is explaining the medicines that they use to make that twilight stuff that you're
Oh,
talking about.
does he know what it is?
Uh-huh.
What is it?
I'm not gonna even try to, well, let me think here. Midazolam and fentanyl. I'm not very good on medicines. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but he said once they blend those together, there's like a precise blending of those medicines. And he says you won't feel anything and you won't remember anything, but you will be technically awake, but somewhat compliant.
Okay, that
So-
sounds fun.
You'll be kind of flying high a little bit, I guess.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Bad man says Katrina's a sadist.
I tell you, man, I worry about her sometimes.
Oh, and Simon's given me the way to pronounce the medicines.
Well, Simon probably would know. He's probably the most English educated person I know.
Yes,
He
yes,
knows all the big words.
he does.
All right.
The lamb says that it'll be a lovely feeling too. So apparently you won't feel bad.
Good.
And Swanjan and Marky D have two different opinions right here. Swanjan says, Captain, 12 beers and booze will help. We totally knew Stig would have that opinion, yes?
Yes.
But now Marky D says, no, no booze for 2 weeks. Thank God, cancel the operation.
Yeah. Shit. Screw this. All right, guys, I'm just centering the piece up. I'll explain it here in a minute what I'm doing. It's just part of the process I gotta go through.
William Paganucci is back.
Okay.
Hi, Bill. And Gal Pal is here.
Okay, hey gal pal.
I'm typing as fast as I can.
Alright.
And Lammy says you definitely don't want alcohol in the mix of those two medicines he was talking about. Apparently it would be epically bad.
Yeah, they told me I can't have anything to drink when I'm on the meds.
Well, that's not gonna go over very well with you, is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna drink.
I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna drink. Did you just say I'm gonna drink?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all see what I deal with here now.
It's all good. Nothing's as bad as they say. Okay. All right, gang.
You have to fire it up.
Yep. I'm gonna try to set this camera to where you guys can see what I'm doing. What the fuck is this goddamn thing? All right. I'm gonna rotate this somehow. Tell me when you can see this device.
Well, there's a big lag, so it's gonna take me just a minute.
All right, I think that'll work. All right, ask them if they can see that good.
Lammy says, bit too far, back it up a little. And Charlie Gabaldon just got here.
There we go.
I gotta back out and come back in, babe. My picture is frozen. I don't know why.
I don't need it.
I'll be right back.
All right, you guys can see that pretty good. So, so the reason it took me so long, I had to put the chuck back in, the drill chuck. So I put the drill chuck back in the quill, and then I had to use a through punch, centering punch, so that I could quickly center this back up with the end mill. So I'm using a 1/4 inch end mill. So I'll come down, we'll touch off on this side here, and I'll go across there, minus 125 thousandths, because the tool's 250 thousandths. So if I go the full distance, I'm going to end up coming way over here and way over here. I don't want to do that. I want to keep the notch inside this little piece here. But right now I'm going to raise you guys up so that we can do that.
Charlie says, what are we making?
We're modifying the Lil Pecker. Alright, I'm pretty close right there. I'll go ahead and turn the machine on and touch off on that side and then cut across it and we'll see how it looks. Alright, everybody's on. Let's go high gear. Go. Alright, I've touched off on each side. I'll go ahead and zero out my knee. What's Lammy saying?
Well, the first thing he wanted to know, are you going in dry, no sex butter?
For this I am.
That's the first thing. And the second thing he said is, attaboy, make her squeal against that little pecker.
That's right.
Look.
All right, that's 50 thousandths right there. I'm going to take off another. I'm going to take off another 10 thousandths because I want it to be a little deeper than that. Alright, there's the notch. I don't know if you guys can see that at all.
I think they can because Simon just said that tool is a right pecker nibbler.
It is. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. That's the notch right there. Aside from some deburring, that's pretty much done there.
Yeah, on my phone I can see it pretty good. I bet they probably can.
I'm going to rotate you guys around and point you at the index head and set the camera up where you guys can see the other end of it. This is going to be tricky.
Going for a ride.
Shit, I wonder if I can put it down here.
Simon says that's top notch, and Marky D says looking good, Captain.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where to mount the damn camera right now.
When you work on these machines, you have to change the angle so often.
Yes, you
So they
do.
can see what you're doing.
That is true. I wonder if it'd be better over here. Alright, I'm just going to set it down for a minute.
Hold on, y'all. It's not an earthquake.
think that might work.
Charlie actually has a really good idea, but you have to figure out how to do it. He says make a boom arm for your camera. That's actually a good idea. Just where you put it, right?
Yeah, it is. And remind me to talk to him about that, because I kind of got an idea of where I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I haven't had time.
If you need me, I can help you now. I'm just trying to stay out of your way.
Okay, so the end of this handle's knurled, and we went through that whenever I did the actual build on it. Well, I don't want to mess that knurl up when I put it in here, so what I do, it's just an old machinist trick. You can take regular printer paper, I fold it in half and wrap the knurl, and try to tear it off to where the two ends come together. I make one wrap and then tear it off. So we'll put that in the chuck as far as it'll go. Now, and I'll clamp it down, not too tight, but tight enough to hold it. And that'll work. So, the next thing I'm going to do is put a mark on it. And I'll show you why here in a second.
Jimmy Riddle says, great idea, what you just said. Oh, I didn't know. Here you go. You need this? Okay. Okay.
So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to come down here and touch off on this surface right here with the bottom of the bit. Then I'll have to come down to the center portion here. Well, I already know this dimension, so I'll cut it in half. That'll give me the center point here to where I can come up 125 thousandths. I'll make a cut. I'll rotate this around 180 degrees, which means 20 turns on this handle. So this is a 40-to-1 gearbox. And then I'll cut the other side. And we'll be taking off 60 thousandths off of this end here to make the notch. I'm pretty sure it's 750 thousandths, but I'm going to go ahead and measure it because I don't really remember. All right, I was right. Okay. Oh, and a damn camera.
Batman and Simon are reminding you that you need eye protection.
I've got it on.
Yeah, that's true, your glasses. I explained to him you're a little bit of a safety third kind of guy.
Now my glasses are also safety glasses. So, no worries there. I'm just making sure I've got enough travel and kind of getting things out of the way. I don't like a whole lot of quill sticking out when I'm working on something like this. It just sets up opportunity for a lot of chatter and movement and all of that stuff. And the phone's right in the way, so I'm having to adjust that. Okay.
William's got to run.
All right, Bill. Glad you came along, buddy. Thanks for coming. Damn, it's already an hour? No, 30.
30 minutes,
Yeah.
well, 37 minutes to be exact.
All right.
Flies by fast.
I'll go ahead and do my little paper trick that helps me to touch off. Like I said, if I had my eyes fixed, I could see it better, but I can't. So we'll turn the machine on, and whenever the end mill grabs the paper, that'll tell me that I've touched off on the very top. It should pull it out of my hand. There it is. So that's my touch off right there. I'll zero out the DRO. Now we'll turn it on, I'll touch off to this space here, and that'll make a square edge. Alright, so I've just touched off on that. I'll just set the DRO. So now I have my 0 point.
Before you make another cut,
Uh-huh.
Amy says, I missed the start. Are we keying the handle? Can you explain
Yes.
again? Okay.
Yes. Right now I'm setting the center depth on the end mill to the right depth to get absolutely centered, and it is. Now, like I said, because this is a 1/4 inch notch, I need to come up 125 thousandths and lock the spindle, because when I rotate it around, it'll already be set. So, all right, let me reset that. Let's come up 125 thousandths. And lock it. That gives us 125 thousandths deep, so that should be a 1/4 inch lug when we have it, when we're done with the cutting. Alrighty, there we go.
Here's the sex cutter.
All right, there's our initial cut for the first side. And what the hell did I do with my brush? Here it is. All right, so that's the first cut there. We'll I'll rotate this over 180 degrees or 20 turns, and we'll make the same cut on the other side.
Carl says not a dry slot in the house.
That's right.
And Lammy says, I hope you've taken it out to dinner first.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, you guys saw me put a little line on that bottom side right there. And the reason I do that is to, as a visual cue to make sure that I went 20 turns. And according to that line, I did, and I felt it hit my finger 20 times. So that should be 180 out from where we were. So, I'm going to, I don't know if that's too heavy of a cut. Let me see if it'll cut one pass. Just a little bit of chatter, but it seems to be cutting it no problem. Alrighty.
What do you think?
I think it looks pretty good.
Wonderful.
Take it out of the chuck and look at it. We'll take it over to the lathe and make those two modifications for it to fit.
Landy says easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Alright, there you have it. I don't know if you can see that very well. Anyway, there's the notch. Let's go, I'll tell you what, let's go over to the table. And I'll see about filing that little edge off, and then we'll go to the lathe and start fresh.
Okay, a little bit of a ride here.
Can you guys see that at all?
Yeah. On my phone, I can see you fine.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and deburr this. I'm going to need a file to do that. Now, because I know these corners are going to have to be rounded, I'm just going ahead and hitting them right now while I've got it in my hand. And it's kind of a file to fit, if you will. Oh, who's going to get on to me for going back and forth with my file?
Everybody's just saying it's looking good so far. Landy says file abuse.
I know, right? I knew somebody was going to comment. It's hard to deburr these little parts as it is. And when you can't see for jack shit, it makes it even worse.
Carl says try it for size. Can't beat a nice tight slot.
That's right. Tighter is better.
Marky says bastard file.
Bastard, I have a bastard file, I do. Yeah.
Kat says that she files like that all the time. Are you not supposed to?
A lot of people that is in the machining industry, for years there's been a debate, you know, when you drag a file backwards on something that it'll dull the file. There's actually a guy on YouTube that took, I don't know, I think 2 or 3 different files on 2 or 3 different materials, and some hard stuff, soft stuff, aluminum, whatnot, and he rigged up a machine to where the file would go back and forth, and he did that for like an hour, and none of the files were affected by that. So I'm of the notion, file away. Doesn't matter as long as you get the part done the way you want it. Alright, this damn thing is tiny. That's enough yet. No, not enough yet. I'm gonna have to machine that down a little bit. Alright guys, we'll go ahead and take it over to the lathe and get set up, and then I'll drag you guys over there and we'll cut the taper and do the setback on it so it fits down in the hammer.
And Simon is telling you that he saw the videos you're talking about. It was very interesting.
Yes.
Of the experiment
Right.
you were talking about, yeah.
I'm gonna wrap my little part back up. Is there any new people here tonight?
No, this is the
normal
regular
crowd?
group as far as I know, yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, Dino just popped in.
Hey Dino.
Hey, Dino.
How you doing, buddy? Glad to have you. Thanks
Hope
for
you're
coming.
feeling better, Dino.
Oh, was Dino sick?
Yes. He was in the hospital for a while, if I
Oh, that's
remember
right. I
right.
forgot about that. COVID, wasn't it?
No,
No, something else.
right.
Alrighty. I'll tell you what, guys, I will definitely be glad to get stationary cameras where I don't have to move all this stuff. 9 times in the string.
I didn't want to, I remember what Dino's struggling with, but I didn't want to say, but he just put it in the chat, so I feel comfortable saying it. He had a leg amputation, remember?
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember that. I do
Yes.
remember that.
Dino, we wish you well, hon. We
I hope you're doing
coming along
good. I hope you're doing good, Dino. Sorry to hear that.
And Kat says, I always thought the teeth were multi-directional on a file, so it didn't matter.
It depends on the type of file.
Okay,
The type of files that I use are machinist files, and if you look on a regular file has teeth on the side of it, and a lot of machinist files do not. They're flat, so that you don't dig into the side of the part while you're using it. Goddamn thing. There we go. Alrighty. So, I think what I'll do is adjust the camera first. That looks like that's going to work pretty good. I'll go ahead and machine this portion first, get the step out of the way, and then I'll go on up to the taper. And I hope I don't have to cut too much out of this because I kind of like that diameter. But at any rate, here we go. Let her rip, tater chip.
here we go.
I'm gonna jog it first, make sure I'm. All right. That'll work. Okay, so the first shoulder, I need to go a little bit more than that. That's the end of my travel that way. So let me go ahead and cut the taper on it. There we have it. I'm going to slow it down, work on some of the sand marks. Alrighty, it looks pretty good.
Lammy is saying he intentionally made the Sex Better t-shirt short sleeve for reasons like this right here.
Well, I love it. It's
You
awesome.
couldn't do it in
No,
long
I
sleeves.
couldn't. I don't wear long sleeves out in the shop. Even out in the dead of the winter, when it's like 10, well, it don't get that cold here.
No, it
I'm just saying. I never, ever wear long sleeve shirts out in my shop for obvious reasons. You know, the machinery and equipment that I use, definitely a hazard there. So, I always use short sleeve clothing. And I don't like wearing pants, I like shorts. So very seldom will I wear a pair of pants. And as predicted, the corners are going to have to be filed down substantially. So I'll work on that. But I knew that going into it. I may actually stick it back in the lathe and turn a little bit of the outside of the lugs down just to help clear. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. Give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back.
Captain Bob is here.
Hey, Bob.
Says that he's sorry he's a little late, but Miss Lynn just got home.
Better late than never, buddy. I'm hurrying every chance I get. All right, let's try that. Yeah, drink. I'm thirsty.
Katrina was talking to Batman, and she apparently is looking for a new project to do with her wood burning. And I just told her she is really talented with that. I don't know if everybody has gotten to see that or not on the pictures of Discord that she's posted, but I mean, it is absolutely beautiful
Oh, it
work
is.
she does.
Yeah, she does really good work.
It's gorgeous.
I tell you somebody else who does cool work, Kevin Godding. If you guys hadn't checked some of his stuff out, it's pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you know what? Somebody, it might have been Jimmy Riddle yesterday, said, I think Kevin is about to do live streams. Somebody correct me if I got that wrong, but I thought I heard that.
Yeah, Jimmy was saying something about it. I don't know if he is or not. I don't remember him commenting on it.
I didn't see it if it happened, but maybe I missed it from last week when I was out. I don't know, but somebody said that.
Oh, I just remembered. I'm supposed to say something. I don't know if Catalina, you guys don't know her, but my flight mechanic, Catalina Torres, she's a fantastic flight mechanic. I love her to death. She's great. If she's watching, hi, Kat.
And her husband, Travis.
And Travis, her husband, great people.
Hi, guys. I'm way down here. Hi.
I've not met Travis yet, but I suspect if he follows suit with Catalina, he's a pretty good dude. So if you're watching, Kat, I'm saying hi, and I'll see you tomorrow at work.
I bet they are watching.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
These damn corners are a pain in the ass.
They're gonna have to come over this summer and grill some meat
Yes.
with us.
All right. That seems to be fitting pretty good. It's kind of tight, but
Swan says, Captain, just weld it on.
yeah, yeah, no kidding, right? It would have been a hell. Yeah, if I did that, there wouldn't be a purpose for the stream, though. But I'm gonna do a little test fitting here. Well, you got to get it just right.
And Landy says, braise it, baby.
Okay, I got one corner that's still got a burr on it. Yeah, I don't want to just press it together, you know, that's not really how it's supposed to fit. So it's worth me taking the time and filing the part down correctly.
Carl says that you wish you would have used a smaller cutter.
Yeah, I do now, after having to file these damn burrs off. But I almost got it. It's this one corner's giving me fits.
Marky D, I don't know what he's talking about. He's
Yeah, Mark, thanks for this awesome idea. It's great.
Oh, okay.
Can't think of anything I'd rather do.
I get it now. This was Mark's idea for you to do this, wasn't it?
It
I
was.
forgot. Oh yeah, Marky D's in the doghouse.
That's alright. It's all fun.
Batman says quality engineering, Captain, and Kat says that she, of course she does. I want to see a bigger pecker next.
Alright, I think we got it in there now. It's fitting pretty good.
That girl ain't right.
No. Okay.
Hindsight's a bitch, ain't it? Laney says. Yeah.
Yes, it is. And I can't get nothing down in there to clean that real good. That's the problem I'm having, because it's countersunk in there. I guess just keep filing at it. All right.
Yes, Landy's right about that.
What do you say?
He says it's the streamer's curse, of course. When filming, I try to do everything twice as fast and everything takes twice as long.
Well, I've got it fitting in there pretty good. It looks good. I'm going to walk over here to the, I've got some soft jaws in my vise that I'm going to clamp the hammerhead with and put a little bit more torque on it to tighten it up. I'll be right back.
Marky says, I guess because he's putting you through this, that you can have the special horse in the horse race.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. Alrighty guys, there it is. Looks pretty good. The fitment on it worked out pretty good.
Did you see Carl's comment?
No,
He says use a bigger pecker on it, it'll fit.
yeah, just hammer it on in there, right? Press fit. Yeah, but no, I think it turned out just fine. It was a good idea, Mark. It just when you slot something that small, man, it's just hard to get in there and get all the burrs out. And with the radius of the bit being round and then the radius of the lugs being a little mismatched, it took me a little bit of hand filing to get it to fit right. I'm not real sure what else I could do. I guess I could have put it in a lathe and cut some of the lugs down. I mean, they don't have to go the full length, I don't guess, so that probably would have worked too, but I'm a glutton for punishment, so I broke out the file. But anyway, there you have it.
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
All that sounded good, but in reality, yeah, I should have cut it the first time, the way I was talking about. But at any rate, so that's the Lil Pecker modification right there. Let's see.
Marky said, suppose it being tapered made it harder.
Well, my only concern with the taper is that I've only got about 2.5 inches of travel on my cross slide. I don't have a taper attachment for my lathe. So everything I do, I have to use the cross slide and rotate it to the right degree. And that limits me. But as far as doing this end the way we did it tonight, I just blended the taper into the flat that I did. And then, of course, used some emery paper to, shine it up a little bit and take all the tool markings out. But like I said, I've used this thing quite a bit since I built it. And I tell you, it's you can see on the brass part, it's taking some pretty good licks on some hard steel, just seating stuff into the vise. And I actually used it the other day on a set of bearings for my lawnmower whenever I had to redo my deck. I think it turned out all right.
Okay,
So-
Carl apparently is getting ideas on his that you made him.
Yeah,
Do you see what he says? Can
No,
you read it? You want me to read it to you? Or?
got a few mods to do on mine now to be as posh as sure. Yeah,
Okay.
and they're not hard. I don't, like I said the other day, I don't know why I didn't make replaceable ends for yours. I don't know if I didn't have material. I don't know why I didn't. I
You must
should've.
not have I just
didn't
thought
think
about
about
it. Didn't think about it, or
Yeah, when I made it, I just had in my mind aluminum soft blow hammer, and then as soon as I sent that to you, I thought, well, damn, I should have put Delrin and brass on the end. I mean, it's not that much harder. But anyway, I don't know.
well, the good news is Carl knows all about this like you do.
Yeah.
He's good at
He
this
can
stuff, so
handle
he
that.
can modify it any way he chooses, right?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Now you've got a decision to make. Your show, you're the boss. Do you want to save your riveting business for next
Yeah.
Wednesday? Because you're over time. I mean, I'll hang with you if you want to do
No,
it. But
I'm not going to do that because Toga's not here tonight.
oh, right, he's the one that requested.
And he specifically
Yeah.
wanted to know about pop rivets. I'll think ahead of what I'm gonna. I have no idea what I'm gonna do from week to week. It just here. That's rude. Nobody can see me talking. There we go.
We can see you now.
All right. Anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do from week to week. I just kind of come out here during the week and play around the shop. And I watch other people's shows and try, like Mr. Pete. You know, he does a lot of stuff, and I've made a lot of stuff. I just haven't videoed it or videoed
it.
or done a live stream on it. I've made several tools that were by his design. The ball turning attachment that I made for the lathe, I don't remember who I got that idea from, but anyway, you guys, like I say, I always say, feel free to send me recommendations of stuff you want me to make. You know, I'm not building a time machine, Mark. But
No, but do you see what Mark
I
is
do.
saying to you though?
Mark says I'm about ready for going to the pub now, so it'll be good for next week, Captain.
He wants you to wait so he doesn't have to miss it.
I'll do that. I'll do that. And as a matter of fact, I didn't really have time to cut any sheet metal and kind of lay things out with that, so that'll give me time to kind of square that away.
Okay, then, if you're going to wrap it up,
That's-
you want to put in your plugs, and I want to say
Yeah.
one thing because I'm with Batman on that. Batman just said something funny. Batman, I'm with you, hon. What you just said, did you see what Batman said? That he's great with a tube of glue and scissors, but that's his engineering limits. I'm with you on that one.
Try to straighten the camera and it went the other way. But that's all right. Anyway, a playable triangle for Mark, says Carl H. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You know, I could put the instructions with it, and you know, what I could do is build a triangle that had rubber bands that centered it. So no matter which direction he pulled it, it would have to hit one of the sides. So at least he'd make noise with it, other than throwing it across the room. A solid triangle.
Which he's threatened to
Yeah.
several times.
That's funny. All right, let's see here. I'm going to go over my notes here of what I'm supposed to say to who, because I always forget somebody and I don't want to upset nobody. But I will show one thing though. I'm going to show just a couple pieces of paper. This is another reason I'm not going into the rivets today. It's way more formulas, just like the gear cutting videos. That's just one page of 4 that kind of teach you how to lay out rivets. There's a lot of science that goes into it, and it gets pretty in depth. Oh, y'all wanted a sneak peek of Stig's birthday present. I have to be extremely careful with that, or it will give it away, because it just would. So, what I have here is a piece of aluminum. Okay, it's aluminum. It's an inch diameter aluminum, and it came off of what I made stick. There's your sneak peek. That's all I'm telling you. So
That's all he gets?
that's all he gets.
Sorry, Stig.
Yeah, that's it.
That wasn't very much, actually.
Let's see. We talk about bucking rivets next time. We did the hammer mod, the fishtail attachment. I may throw that in next week. But
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it tonight.
Yeah.
We said hi and happy birthday to Ebbs. Is
Yeah,
anybody
Ian's
else's birthday?
birthday's tomorrow. Has anybody else got one coming up? I've got the calendar, but it's inside the house.
Yeah. Aluminum snooker cue. That's a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, Mark, that is a good idea. I would have to make it in definitely 2 pieces, maybe 3, because of the length of my lathe. And you know what? I have a follow rest. Carl, you'll know what that is, for my lathe. So cutting the taper on it really wouldn't be a problem. The problem is I don't have a taper attachment. But if I get a taper attachment in the future, I'll announce that, do a project, and remind me, and we'll build a pool stick, or pool cue. That'd be cool.
That is a cool
I can
idea.
build the billiard balls out of aluminum. I got a ball turn attachment. That's pretty cool. Something metallic. Yeah, Carl, there's a real good chance whatever I build is going to be out of metal.
Probably.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, I could do a wood project. You've seen one of the wood projects I do, the coasters that I make.
You do good with wood, too.
I'm not really a woodworker, but if I can put it in my lathe or in my mill, usually I can come up with something. Oh, yeah, Simon, you dropped something in
Oh, I'm just realizing what Simon's talking about here.
his game. What was it?
Nintendo DS Lights.
Right.
We're not gamers. I'm not real sure exactly what that is, but the point is he dropped it in the bath.
Yeah. that
Uh-oh.
So, it's a Lammy.
Lammy! Lammy!
That's a good one. Keep it clean. Keep it clean, guys.
Lammy. Lammy. Where do you come up with this stuff, babe?
All right. All right. Well,
He's a mess.
I'm gonna say my
Let's say
goodbyes.
goodbyes.
So
Let's
you
say
guys
goodbyes.
don't forget. Mark's on usually Friday, Saturdays, around 1:45. You guys' time or my time. Your time. That's what 7:45, I think. And then on Monday, who's Monday?
That's Lammy.
Monday is on.
It's-
Lammy is on Monday.
It's
And
1
then
o'clock our time.
1 o'clock our time.
At the UK, it's
That's right. And then,
7, right?
of course, Tuesday morning, Charlie plays a little thing on his channel. He records that. I like watching Charlie. And then later that afternoon, on Tuesday, is the Jimmy Riddle Show. And after that, usually I try to come on Wednesdays. Yeah, I kind of have to play that by ear with work and all. So, but at any rate, guys, Carl, Simon,
Okay, we're signing off.
Batman,
Yeah,
Lammy,
everybody's saying thank
Jimmy
you.
Riddle
Great
Show,
show.
Spongin.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Who am I missing?
Oh, Katrina,
Katrina,
Jimmy Riddle,
Jimmy Riddle,
Marky D,
Batman.
Batman, Simon,
Simon.
Carl H. I'm not sure who's in the background now. I'm just
I'm
reading
not either.
like who's
I
talking.
hope Bob. Hey, Bob. Almost missed you there, buddy.
Bob's
Yes.
somewhere around here. Yes,
Yeah, I saw him.
he's probably helping Miss Lynn get settled in. She just got back home.
Probably so. Yeah, I'm just scrolling up.
And once again, Bob, thank you for all the chocolates. Oh my gosh, you overdid yourself, and I'm super excited.
I wouldn't know
Yummy,
how they
yummy,
taste.
yummy,
I
yummy.
have-
Mine.
Yeah, she don't share. But anyway, guys, I'm
I
gonna
don't
get off of here
share.
and kind of pick up a few things, go in the house, watch TV, let you guys go. And I really appreciate you guys coming along. I try to do one of these each Wednesday, and I'm not the best machinist out here by any stretch of the imagination, but what I do know I like to pass along, and I'm always open to criticism. If you guys see I'm doing it, could do it a better way, hey, tell me. Hey, man, do it this way. It's a lot easier. So, but at any rate, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next few streams. Batman, how you doing? Did I say Batman? There's Bill. Bill's back. Yeah, Bill,
Oh,
I'm
Bill's
wrapping it
back.
up. I'm wrapping it up, buddy. Actually went over a little bit, but that's okay.
But you'll be on next week,
I'll
right?
be
You
on next
plan
week.
to?
I plan to, and like I said, guys, don't hesitate. If you come up with some trinket that you've always wanted to see built or know how it's built, or let me know, and I'll see if I can put it together for you. So, all right,
Okay.
gang.
Y'all take care.
Y'all have a good
We love
one.
y'all. Thank you for being here.
Captain's out.